Beth's from Oakland, California, and has been blogging about plastic since 2007. She's been collecting and tallying her own plastic waste and writing about plastic-free alternatives on her website, Fake Plastic Fish. Welcome to your supernatural life, Beth.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great.
So when did you decide to stop buying any new plastic, and why?
So it was in June of 2007. And I just want to add one more thing about BPA since you were bringing it up.
Yep.
Another source of it is actually the thermal paper that register receipts are made out of. And so they're actually finding BPA in recycled paper, like recycled toilet paper, because those register receipts often get tossed into people's paper recycle bins. And that's not an argument about not buying recycled toilet paper at all, because we need to save our trees. But to me, it's just telling us that we need to really work on getting this chemical banned, because it's showing up just everywhere.
Right. And I'm thinking, with those receipts, we put them in our purses, we're handling them, and especially if you're a pregnant woman, I mean, that's something that really we need to pay attention to, because then the fetus is being affected.
Right. And I haven't done this yet, but I mean to do it, and that is, instead of taking those receipts, if it's not something that's really important that I might return, I want to just refuse the receipt and write it down in the checkbook like we used to do years ago,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, So how I decided to stop buying any new plastic, it was in June of 2007, and I had just stumbled upon the article about the plastic in the ocean, which I'm sure a lot of people know about now. So much of our plastic is ending up in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in this place called the Gyre. And what I saw was a photo of an albatross chick, and it was just the carcass. The chick had died, and it was completely full of plastic pieces. And what I saw were objects that I was using in my everyday life, because I wasn't avoiding plastic at that point at all. And it just absolutely stunned me, like nothing has ever before. And I just thought at that moment, I have to change. So that was the beginning of it.
And so you're writing a blog called Fake Plastic Fish about how you're reducing your consumption. So are you weighing your plastic each week? And what are you doing with all the plastic you don't have a lot, but obviously I noticed on your blog that you've reduced from 2007, 2008, 9, and now 10, it's getting less and less.
Yeah. It's getting to be a lot less. In 2009, it was about 4% of the U.S. average. It was 3.7 pounds. And actually half of that had to do with my cats. It was cat litter bags, because they wouldn't use any other brand of cat litter. But we've completely switched this year. So I'm guessing that my new plastic, and this was just the new plastic that I had acquired in 2009, and so I'm guessing that in 2010, the new plastic will be even less than 3.7 pounds.
That's fantastic.
And so I do weigh it. I'm weighing it monthly now because it's so small.
If you're just joining us, I'm speaking with Beth Terry about her life in plastic. So what are your goals with this blog and with reducing plastic? What's your mission in life right now?
Well, my mission is really to wake people up to this issue and to inspire people to look at their own lives, first of all, and see how they're contributing to this problem without necessarily even realizing it, just by our lifestyles. And then to work for bigger changes, because it's true, I don't think that personal actions on their own are going to do anything to stem the tide of plastic pollution, but I do believe that we have to start with ourselves. We can't go around blaming the government and blaming companies and stuff like that if we're still supporting them. So I feel like our personal actions are really important as a starting point, and for getting us invested in the solutions, and also for letting us see what the limits are. We can only get our plastic down so much, and then we get to a place where we just can't do it anymore. There are things that we can't replace, and that's when we go, I have to call this company, try to urge this company to get something better, write to my legislators, work on campaigns to get legislation passed. But I don't think that people get to that point until they start with themselves.
That's a really good point. And I'm curious, what kind of career did you have prior to 2007? What were you doing? Were you thinking about environmental issues at all, or is this kind of was this like an awakening for you?
It was really an awakening, and I was working as an accountant for a local home care agency, and I'm still doing that job 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
My blog and my activism don't pay me. I mean, I get a little bit of compensation from advertising on my website, and it pretty much pays for my activist work, and that's about it. And so, I was working as an accountant. I'm still working as an accountant. My only experience in environmental work was when I had first gotten out of college, and I worked as a canvasser for Clean Water Action. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I just sort of kind of forgot about it for a while. You know, you get busy with life,
right,
and other things, and that's kind of what happens sometimes.
So give our listeners some tips about how they can start eliminating plastic from their everyday life. What are some easy steps they can take?
Well, you know, I tell people that I hesitate to say what's easy for other people. I know it was easy for me, but I find that other people have harder times with even remembering to bring reusable grocery bags. But so my first two things that were the easiest were bringing reusable grocery bags and shopping bags in general with me. And one of the things that helped were Chico bags, which I love. They actually are made from synthetics. They're nylon. Mm-hmm. But they save so many other plastic bags, and they're really easy to carry because they have a little pocket that's attached to them so you can't lose it, and they stuff into that pocket, and you can carry several of them in your purse at one time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are great. Because my biggest thing is that I have them in the trunk of my car, and then I get in the store and I realize I forgot to bring them in, and so
I hear that so often. That's what people say, and so if you have these bags in your purse, then you always have one with you no matter what. You know, sometimes you're not planning to shop, but you end up doing it on the spur of the moment.
Right.
And so you're just always prepared. And it's become, I've started making sure I have my bags in my purse just like I do, make sure I have my keys, make sure I have my wallet. You know, it's just become a regular habit at this point. But you know what? I actually had to leave the store carrying things in my hands for a while. And it wasn't a punishment. It was just kind of like a way to train myself.
You know, what do you do? I mean, you say grocery bags, but then what do you do if you go into a department store? Do you bring your own bags there as well?
I do. I use Chico bags in the department store, too. I recently went to Macy's. I had a gift certificate. I try not to shop for new things a lot, but I had a gift certificate, and I bought some new stainless steel pots and pans, and they actually fit in my Chico bag.
Fantastic! Wow. So Chico bags. So grocery bags or reusable bags are the first one. And what else was easy to do?
The other thing that was really important, and I feel like it's important for more reasons than just the plastic, was giving up bottled water. And getting a stainless steel clean canteen to carry with me. And now I actually, instead of using the clean canteen, I carry a stainless steel travel mug because it's just so much more, it can be used for so many more things, versatile.